go live, and then we can start whenever you're ready. Speaking of that question, y'all doing anything be great today? Y'all do anything different? Any new skills? Anything you learned today? What's up? Can you hear me?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing? How's
Yeah,
your Friday going?
It's cool. It's cool. How's yours? How's yours?
Beautiful as always. You know, just trying to get through quarantine the best way possible.
True. Same.
So thank you everybody for tuning in to Be Great, Good to Great. We got Lay with us. He's a hairstylist. Going to be telling you guys about his journey, background. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them below. This session is meant to be interactive, to answer all questions. Thank you guys for joining. So let's get started. So Lay, give us your background. I mean, Daryl yesterday, he didn't want to give his age. So maybe you can give like, you know, your school, where you went to, what you're doing now, and just where you're from.
So, you know, how y'all doing? My name is Lay. I'm 27. I mean, actually, I'm 28. I just turned 28 in February. You know, this quarantine and shit making me forget the days. But yeah, yeah. I'm 28. I'm from Chicago. I went to SIUC in Carbondale, Illinois. You know, that's kind of where I started doing hair.
Go Salukis.
Right, you know, go Salukis. You know, that's kind of where I started doing hair. It's actually where I started doing hair. You know, down there in Carbondale.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was kind of in high school. I was a braider.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody was doing the little mohawks and shit. You know, everybody was doing that, trying to get their little that done. So, you know, I started seeing the weave and stuff like that. So I started, you know, getting really intrigued because I was always fascinated by hair, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, I met Kaylin, you know, by joining Vanity. Fashion Fair Models, I met Kaylin Mahone. You know, shout out to Kaylin. I met her, and she pretty much was my stylist for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she ended up, I ended up learning from her. You know what I'm saying? She ended up pretty much teaching me the basics of hair, foundation and, you know, placement and, you know what I'm saying? Like how to lay the tracks and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much, you know, I really appreciate her for, you know what I'm saying, rocking with me, teaching me that, you know, because sometimes it's hard to find stylists who are willing to teach you things free or to show you things, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's a little hard, but, you know what I'm saying? I was really appreciative of that and her, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Where'd you grow up, Lex?
I actually I kind of grew up in Chicago / Carbondale.
Okay.
Around my junior year, I moved to Carbondale, and I finished my high school there, and then that's when I transferred over to SIU. You know, my mom always lived in Carbondale for about, well, she didn't always live there. She lived there for about three years before I did. So I ended up moving with her and finishing school and then going over right into college.
So when you went to school, what'd you go to school for?
When I was in school, I was going to school for psychology.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to school for psychology. You know, I always wanted to be a counselor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a social worker and stuff like that. And I realized, you know, that wasn't for me after, you know, coming home to work and stuff like that. Like, I was always good at school. I mean, I was always doing, you know, good at doing hair at school, and that's kind of where my passion was. So I kind of took a big risk by just stopping. And I was, I was out of my house at first for a while to where I can build my clientele. So I started, everybody that graduated, you know what I'm saying, before me, with me, whatever, they ended up coming, and getting the word out and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'm getting my clientele up. Then a guy by the name of Kevin, he reached out to me and was just like, I love your work. Can you come get in my shop? And I was a little discouraged at first because my clientele wasn't that big, and I know booth rent was kind of sky high. So he was looking at $150 a week, and it was like my clientele. What my clientele was, it's like, so you want me to pay you $150, and I ain't even charging this much yet. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
in college, I was only like $40. You know what I'm saying? I was a $40 holla going around. You know what I'm saying? And then I had ended up raising my prices before I left, so I was 70.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where after I was in the shop for a while, I got used to paying booth rent and, building my clientele, marketing, getting myself out there. And, my clientele was rised. And I ended up, you know what I'm saying, doing pretty well, in the salon.
And so we got a comment from, I can't pronounce this. It's like FYA Man Hoff, I think, maybe.
Hi, man.
Yeah. So it's, if you could do any old school star hair, who would it be?
Oh, old school.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. Why Patti LaBelle?
Because I recall, I just love her. She got like this, like that old auntie, you know what I'm saying, that you just love at the Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? She come around and bougie auntie and stuff. She paid for your tuition, but she'll still get on you.
Mm-hmm.
She just remind me of that. And then, people say I'm petty, and I call myself Patti LaBelle, so I be.
So I know we had Kiasha on here a few days ago, and you currently work in her shop, correct?
Yes. I currently work.
How was that transition from college to working in her shop? Was that like an easy transition? You were like, okay, I know Kiasha because she also went to Carbondale, and you were like, I automatically got to that point, or like, what did you do when you were back in Chicago still doing hair?
So how I met Kiasha was she had already DM'd me beforehand, and I was already in the shop home, so I didn't really look, or I didn't really you know what I'm saying, like I wasn't interested yet. And then it got to the point where I had ended up getting into it with the shop owner where I was at. It was like, it was some personal things going on over there, and with management, so it was just kind of like, I don't want to be there. And so I just, I ended up reaching back out to her and stuff. So I ended up going and view the location, and as soon as I looked at it, it was like, okay, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. So once I got in there, it was kind of a tough transition, because going from 47, you know what I'm saying, well, people can just walk in and at any time, like, can you do me? Because that's kind of how my clientele was building. That was, appointment only.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where I had to that's why I had to buckle down and get my business skills going, where I had to do appointment only, get my website or my booking website going, my booking link. I had to you know what I'm saying, get like specific things and details to where people can go, and it'd be easier for people to book and find the location and get in contact with me about hair and things like that.
Okay. How did you learn that? Who taught you to like say, hey, instead of taking walk-ins, or if you're moving to Key's place, like maybe you should do appointment only. This is the better way to make money, or maybe be more professional. Like, who taught you that?
Kaylin actually taught me, she got me with the taking deposits, because sometimes, our time is money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get to the point where you got so many people trying to get in, and you tell somebody, yeah, you can just come, you can, come on in, and then they're not showing up. And now you need to refill. Now you need to, figure out how you finna fill that spot, because somebody's supposed to come. So I ended up doing the deposit. So I ended up trying to see what websites, which was like Stylist at first. I had that at first. Mm-hmm. Now I'm through Acuity.
Okay.
Scheduling. And so that, she kind of helped me with it a little easier with the transition, and getting from just word of mouth or text messages to actually booking on the website and becoming more, becoming more organized and, and disciplined within my business.
So tell me this, what's the most challenging hairstyle that you've ever done?
Oh,
And on who?
Okay, so the most challenging hairstyle I have ever done was French rolls on a lace.
Okay.
On a lace. So I ended up doing Candy from Bad Girls Club.
Okay.
I can't remember what cycle. I can't like, but if you watch Bad Girls Club, you know who she is. You know what I'm saying? She's very fun and bubbly. She wears a wild hair. She's very theatrical. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up reaching out to me because she's been following me for a little minute. So she ended up reaching out to me like, I love your work and I want to do, you know, collaborate and do some fun things with my hair with you and stuff like that. So it was Pride 2 summers ago, and we collaborated on a hairstyle, and I did like all these different colors, and we ended up doing it was like 28 inches, and it was like rainbow kind of, but it was like pastel colors. It was so pretty.
I think
And
I
then
remember those photos. So
yeah, we ended up redoing it for her birthday, and then I ended up doing the French rolls, and it was like, you know, in the lace it's kind of different, and then it was so hot where we were.
After this live, I'll post those photos on the on there so people can see.
You know, so it was so hot where we were. I was just so terrified the lace was just gonna slide off, but it didn't, and it was it actually went pretty well. So you know what I'm saying. So now I do her like every birthday and Pride. You know what I'm saying. So that's a good. You know what I'm saying. That's a good. That was a good business transaction.
So then as a hairstylist, right, is it like a thing where people want to do like celebrity clients, and have you ever done like a lot of celebrity clients? Is that like a thing where like, does that make you like a better hairstylist, or is that just like a different type of tier?
Okay, so I would say I don't think it makes you a better hairstylist per se, because I think everybody have their own technique of doing hair. I really feel like, you know, everybody have a different style of doing hair. So you know what I'm saying? So I feel like certain celebrities follow certain people, and then they see some of their work, so they reach out. It's like, oh, okay, hey, I wanna try it. You know, I love your work. It looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do something. So I think that plays in, but sometimes it can be challenging. You know, sometimes you're put under pressure, and you really sometimes you're nervous, and you want to really do a great job to where, you know what I'm saying, they're satisfied, and it can get you a good, you know, review with them, you know what I'm saying? Because their platform is way bigger than yours. And you know what I'm saying? So you wanna please them. You wanna, you know what I'm saying, get to where you got the good reviews to where everybody's like now, like, oh, okay, he did so and so hair from, you know, here, and let's go all in. So yeah.
Okay. And so for you then now, like graduating from Carbondale and then coming to be a hairstylist, is anybody in your family or friends like, oh, it's doing hair, this is not like, you know, this wasn't like a main career, right? I talked to Kiasha about this, right? She was saying you don't need education to do hair. You need like your cosmetology license and different other schooling, like besides like going to a 4-year university. But how was that for you moving forward? And like for you, did you kind of figure out, okay, if doing psychology, right? Like I need to know about people's minds. I mean, to be honest, I feel like people who do hair deal with, you know, you listen to everybody's problems.
It's a problem. Yeah, you listen to all the problems. Yes.
So like, how was that for you, for like family, or was there any pressure, or like, especially like from transitioning from Carbondale to trying to like up your prices in Chicago?
So I mean, you're asking like, you know, did family kind of like, is it issues in the family and stuff like? So I mean, sometimes you get family that they kind of think because we're family, you're kind of obligated to do their hair for a certain amount or for certain things. But when it was like a hobby, you know what I'm saying, maybe, or when it was like a side hustle, but I ended up making my side hustle, my hobby, into a career because it's like $1 billion industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make so much money off selling hair and doing hair and rate and other products, hair care products. You know what I'm saying? You become a hair mogul like Arrogant Tay and Jonathan and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, some family, they don't understand that. They kind of feel like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, we, you know what I'm saying? We family. I've been knowing you for this long, and why can't you do this? But they don't understand. Like, this is my job. This is how I pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? And it's different, you know. And sometimes some family understand. Like I got a cousin, she pays full price for everything. It doesn't matter. She will wait. She'll look crazy. She'll take the hair down, look crazy for weeks, and then or she'll get on the road or get on the airport, get on the plane, and come and get her hair done. You know, and I really appreciate her because she definitely looks out.
How did you learn like about like pricing and like business, right? When you started to do hair and about and like paying yourself first and stuff that you had to pay for, like you had to pay for the hair and everything else. Like how did you learn that side of the business?
Well, I actually was, I sat down and talked to a few people, and then I took a few seminars where people kind of tell their story and how they learned about pricing and stuff like that. So once I took my first frontal class, they were kind of, you know, it kind of gave me idea that he kind of gave me an idea on where frontals pretty much start, and then once I get my practice in and everything else, it, you know what I'm saying, I can go off what I feel is more, you know, acceptable and stuff like that. So and with the hair part, with like branding and marketing and selling and hair, that's the difference. I mean, I kind of pretty much looks at other people and what, you know, the other people, other styles, I kind of look at them and see like where they're charging and where they're at, and then I kind of see where I feel like I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And I just kind of go in, and then it depends on the actual hair that I buy. Like, so I sell raw virgin hair. So the vendor I buy, that's not cheap. So now I got to make a profit off of it and sell it for at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A certain, you know, extra amount of money on that.
And what about like quality versus quantity, right? Like for, I know some stylists, right? They have like a core group of people that they work on, and it's like consistent every 2 weeks, right? So for you, is it better to have more appointments and be fully booked, or to have like a certain amount of quality clients that you just work with?
See, now I think I have, I think it would be better for like a certain amount of clients. Like me, I'm solo in the salon. I don't have an assistant, so my appointment book is spaced out. Like on a good day, I can get 5 people in and starting at 9 o'clock and being done by 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I can get about 5 people in a day, and that's me washing and braiding and installing and styling. You know what I'm saying? So those people pretty much appreciate you because you're doing everything. You know what I'm saying? You're in their hair from start to finish. And those clients, those are the ones that can relate to you more in the salon. So I pretty much think that it's more so definitely quality over quantity.
Has your business been affected by quarantine? And if so, like what have you been doing to like pivot or transition?
Yes, it definitely have been affected.
You knew that question was coming.
And let me tell you, and only because that's me. Like I'm paranoid. I smoke, so you know what I'm saying. I get the smoking, and then all of a sudden I get the coughing. Oh my, is that the Roro? What? Is that the Rona? Is she? You know. So and then it's like I don't, and I gotta live at home. You know, I see a lot of other stylists taking people at home. I gotta live here. Like I don't want nobody to come in infected, and they don't know that they're infected, and now I'm risking myself, and yeah, and I'm now sick. So and then all of a sudden God forbid, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, I'm paranoid. So now I do wig orders, and I just, you know what I'm saying, make wigs.
What are wig orders?
So wig orders is pretty much I make custom units, handmade units, and I can now ship them out. So I can definitely, you can still get your hair done, but it'll be like you doing it yourself. But I'm making you this nice custom wig. It comes styled and everything ready to install. All you do is just put you some braids in, put a cap on, and you can pop the wig on and go. Like,
so this might be a dumb question on my end. Are all wigs like one size?
No, because some people got different size heads. You know what I'm saying? Like you got somebody, they got a watermelon, you know, a size. As 23, or 24, you be like, you got to kind of go get bigger caps. You got to stretch it bigger. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much fairly, a lot of people with a normal size head, the average size head is like a 21, 22, and that's kind of why I make those. So all of my wigs are kind of one size fit all. It depends. If I see you kind of got a bigger head, I will definitely get a bigger cap. You know what I'm saying? I used to do the measurements, and that's pretty. You know, there's different techniques of doing wigs. I was doing the measurements, and but then I learned the one size fit all with the stretching of the cap and stretching it, and you know, putting it on a wig head, and once you put it on, it definitely just slide right on.
How do you deal with like disgruntled clients, right? People who are upset after or even before. Like, what's your approach to doing that?
Now,
You had a before and after approach?
hey, yes, I did, and it was a really good learning experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely had a good learning approach. Like when I used to be in college, I was so bubbly and fun, and I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? People, I want my hair done. I need my hair done. Okay, cool. Like, come on in, and stuff like that. And then I had an experience where a client, I had an experience where a client had kind of like tried to tell me how to run my business at the same time, or as far as like, you know what I'm saying, what I need to tell her and consult with her on certain things. And it was like, okay, wait, like, you know what I'm saying? This client is getting too difficult. I need to like, you know, step back and take control. So I started being real strict, like, hey, hello, how you doing? If they hit me up like, you know, I need my hair done. Hello, good morning. You know what I'm saying? Like I had that little zest in me. You know what I'm saying? I had to really learn. Like a lot of people don't respond to that because sometimes people don't have manners and sometimes people don't understand how to approach somebody. You know what I'm saying? So now I have like a certain text message, you know, that I have written in my notes to where if I get a message like that, it's just a general message. Hello, good morning, you know what I'm saying? Or good afternoon. I can go in and change it or edit it and let them know like, hey, you know, my booking link is here. You know, prices are available here. You know, you can, if you want to purchase bundles, you purchase them through me this way, like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's more, you know, like, because some people, oh, I'm so sorry, good morning, you know, and some people is, you know what I'm saying? It's just still them. But if they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. Because the ones that is kind of snappy, they look at those prices and be like, yeah, I ain't gonna come anyway. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that are more, you know, the ones that are more respectful and got more manners, they look at it and be like, okay, I like it. I like his work. Let me see if it's worth it. And since he's nice and I get the vibe, and then, you know, it actually boosts your clientele.
Right. Takala said you stepped it up.
Yeah, stepped it. Yes, I had to step it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, because it gives off a negative vibe, and certain people they'll be scared to book with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I had to learn. I had to take a step back from social media for a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm camera shy anyway, so I had to take a step back where I don't reply to certain things, or, you know what I'm saying? I had to literally just leave people on red because they're so rude or something like that, to where now I build this wall to where when I see that type of stuff, I just be like, okay, hello, you know what I'm saying? Here are my prices. Here's the link. You know what I'm saying? When you're ready, just go in and book, and we can get started from there. You know what I'm saying? So that was a huge learning experience, you know what I'm saying, from that.
What do you think sets you apart from other hairstylists?
What sets me apart from other hairstylists is I kind of wear my work more than other people. I feel like I'm a walking brand. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they'll look at me and they'll see my hair is done and whatever, and I'm wearing the lace, and they'll, oh my God, I love your hair. Who did it? And they be like, bam. You know what I'm saying? Me, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, card. You know what I'm saying? And then they be like, oh, okay. So it gives people, you know what I'm saying? Like it gives people that, oh, he do his own hair. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and book with him. And when they find out it's like a wig, they just be thrilled. Like, okay, I want to try one. I love wigs, or I love, you know what I'm saying, I work like, let me get a sew in, or let me try this, or let me try this. And sometimes you get those clients, they just be willing to let you do whatever. And you know it's best, you're doing it, and they just love it.
How did you learn? I know Kiasha talked about like business credit, right? Personal credit, maybe good marketing tactics, like you're talking about, like you're like a walk-in brand. How did you learn about like that side of the business, right?
Okay. So I have a homie Taylor. He actually went to SIU too. He was a football player there. He actually does
Hunter?
Taylor, yes, Taylor Hunter. Yeah, he does like credit, and he does, you know, and taxes and stuff like that. So I was pretty much trying to figure out how to grow myself, and you know what I'm saying, and how to get credit in my name. But as far as, you know, my business, and I really didn't know the difference between business credit and regular credit at first. And once I learned, it was pretty much like, okay, like this is a real thing. And I thought cash was everything. Like I thought I can have all of this and just put it in the bank. But then I had to realize, like, once you got a certain amount of money in the bank, the IRS start looking at you anyway. So it's better to, you know what I'm saying, get legal, get legit, and do everything correctly. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, it's way different from business credit, because you kind of reporting everything you have.
So Candace said, you're very personable, outgoing AF. I've been to plenty of wig stylists that aren't like that. Also, you're very patient, and she feels at home in your chair.
Yes, you know, and I try, you know, I'm really goofy. You know, I love Candace. She's so fun. You know, she always bring out the fun in everybody, because she embodies all the characters that she like to play. You know, and when she gets dressed up, and especially on Halloween, that's her favorite holiday. She'll do whatever. But I try to be really relatable to my clients. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be real warm, man. Like sometimes people will look at me like as I'm strict when they booking, but when they come in their chair, they be like, "You are nothing like you were." You know what I'm saying? You're nothing like you were messaging me. You so fun. And so I kind of relate to my clients in a really, you know, fun, bubbly way.
What advice would you give other hairstylists that are coming up?
I definitely would give. I would give the advice on investing in yourself. Investing. And I say that because sometimes you get stuck by just doing what you know, and you're not growing. So you don't really reach out to other stylists. You don't take other classes, because sometimes you can go to cosmetology school, but they don't teach you nothing but cutting, coloring, and sanitation. You know what I'm saying? So you got that, and you got your license down, but now that you got your license down and you're doing color and sanitation, now you want to do weave, and you got to learn that by, you know, taking other classes. So you got some classes go from 200 to 1,000, depending on, you know, and that's for one day. So it's like that, depending on what you want to learn and who's teaching the class. You know what I'm saying? It costs, but it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? You grow, you grow, and you learn more, and then you can become a teacher. You know what I'm saying? You can become, you know what I'm saying, you can become that master stylist, or that stylist that you always wanted to be, that you know you could have been. Or, you know what I'm saying, or because some people get discouraged or whatever, and because they see other stylists doing really, really good. But some people, someone keep trying to call. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But some people really invest. Like I took about 5 frontal classes before I even really got to where I am now, and I'm still trying to take more, because every time you learn something, there's a new way and a newer technique. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely invest. Every time something come out, try to save some money, go and do it, because you're gonna make it right back.
You're getting tons of praise in these comments. Rose Gold Digger says he knows what he's doing. Authentic Diamond says, so proud of you and your work. Love seeing you and your brand grow.
Oh, thanks, Diamond. See, and I actually work with Diamond. She's a really, 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 really dope stylist too. You know what I'm saying? She's actually in school and as a stylist. You know what I'm saying? And I can really relate to her, because that's definitely, I was doing that in school. You know what I'm saying? Hairstylist after class or before. You know what I'm saying?
Can you talk about, like, so Kiasha was saying too, some people actually make more money not owning their own shop, right? Just being a stylist, having that flexibility and having that freedom. So was it ever a goal of yours to have your own shop, or do you like being in someone's shop and you have the freedom to kind of like go as you please and not have to deal with like all this overhead cost, you know?
I do have a goal. You know, I am trying to get my own salon very soon. You know, but I do agree with, if it's not the right time, then definitely just be in the salon and wait. I do believe in being in the salon, because it definitely boosts your clientele. People can see a professional setting, You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and it just boosts your clientele that way. But as far as owning my own salon, like right now, I love being a salon. I love the shop environment. I love for my clients to come in and they get to bond with other clients and other stylists in the salon.
Mm-hmm.
But that you can save a whole lot more just by staying in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Just going now. Some shops have you on the contract, so you can't just up and go when you want to. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know you buy out of the contract and stuff too. But yeah, like I definitely agree on that.
Got it.
But I do have a goal. That's the 2020 goal. You know, by the end of 2020, I definitely will be having a laid by Lay or Laid Extension Studios or a Laid something or something with the Laid and Laid.
Who's like your inspiration, right? Who helps you like to get the creative juices flowing for like maybe different styles or different wigs you want to do, or who inspires you in the hair industry who's already like killing it right now?
I love Eric and Tay. I love Alonzo. And Key actually have a really, really good friend, Brittany. She is pretty dope. I love her. So I see a lot of people work, and I'm actually influenced by every stylist, all the stylists. Like I'm not a hater, you know what I'm saying? Like I love all stylists. I don't care if you don't have 0 followers and you posting work and it's great. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I will follow you and like it. I would want to get tips from you because I see a style that I can't do or I want to learn, and I'm gonna hit you up for it. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much get inspired by everybody. Like, but my clients definitely bring out the real true stylist in me. They kind of do what you want. Just go ahead and do this, and I just okay. I see this on you, and I do it, and it come out great, and it just gets me after the smile on their face and how happy they be, like that gets me inspired to just do more.
And what if someone wants to be like mentored? So like as if they're a hairstylist and they want to be in a shop as well, like how does that process work? Have you ever had someone like reach out to you to ask to do that?
Yeah, so sometimes some people just want to be an assistant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they like a braider or they really want to learn like the whole I don't know why my phone just won't stay up, but it just keeps falling. But sometimes people just be an assistant and then they can just learn off you. You know, you just train them on, you know, like foundation techniques and putting the net on and learning how to lay the track and stuff like that to so where when you lay the track a certain way, it falls a certain way. So sometimes people just really want that, you know what I'm saying, to where they can grow off and be on their own, just get a little help, you know, because everybody just needs a little help, so, you know, because everybody have to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to kind of like have an assistant under your wing. Like I had an assistant before, it just, you know, it don't work out because sometimes, you know, people have kids and, you know, that plays into part and you don't want to tell them no, they can't go home because, you know what I'm saying, you're a mom, you can't go, you know. So it's really hard to find an assistant that has, you know, proper shop etiquette and all, you know, different types of stuff like that to where they can be in the shop and learn how to braid, who's quick and stuff like that. So you kind of want somebody younger, fresh out of high school, or that's pretty much still kind of in high school because during the morning, I got my morning clients, but in the evening, it start getting backed up. And I need that extra help in the evening because, you know, I ain't ate or something and I'm dragging. So, yeah.
And so we got a comment from Robin. She says, do you ever use YouTube to learn different techniques?
Sometimes I use different techniques, but like coloring, as far as like I was trying to learn how to color a lace without staining the lace, so it can just still stay. So I learned a few different techniques, and some of them worked, some didn't. But as far as like hair, I try to stick with certain stylists. I don't really go to YouTube. I'll try to hit up a stylist and be like, hey, can you teach me this technique? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they charge you, and sometimes they don't. Just be like, hey, yeah, come through, and I can teach you. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't use YouTube like that much.
Okay, so then her next question was, would you start your own YouTube channel once you got your own salon?
Yes, and now I'm trying to learn how to edit videos and stuff like that because I'm not really technical. I ain't never played no video game. I ain't none of the. I never was a computer head. Like, so I'm just now like starting to learn how to edit videos so I can do my YouTube channel. Yeah.
And so what's your why, right? Like, why do you like doing hair? What drives you to continue doing this and continuing to like be better in this industry?
Oh, okay. So, I've always been fascinated with hair ever since I was a kid. Like I was always fascinated with hair, but I realized like hair is like a boost of confidence. Like a lot of people say like sometimes they're not their hair, you know what I'm saying, and they're gonna cut it off. But even if when you cut it off, it's still a style that you prefer that makes you feel better. You know what I'm saying? That makes you feel good. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like hair just makes you just feel great. Like when you got your hair done, you just feel like everything. And you can be having the worst day. Your man could break up with you. You know what I'm saying? Some people spend their last on they, don't even pay their rent and get their hair done. But as long as they happy, they is happy. And I am just happy because they are happy. Give me the rent money, and I'm real happy now.
I'll pay my rent.
Yes, now we're friends.
And so we got another comment from Cherry Bomb. So what's your hair goals for this year?
My hair goals is I've been stuck with the same hairstyle for a while. Like me, I only wear curly hair or curly lace or whatever because I do hair. In college, I used to be bone straight. I don't know if you remember, but I used to be bone straight with a heavy band. So that was then, but now it's like for 3 years I've had the same curly. So I don't like change on my own self. So I kind of want to try different styles and be comfortable just wearing new styles on myself. That's my own hair goal for this year. Is kind of like branding myself out there with promoting my own. But pretty much, I don't know if y'all see them stylists where they rock the wig, full beard, but they be modeling the wig. I never wanted to do that like that, but then I had to realize like you kind of do. Anyways, with your own hair like that, and then it's like, but I can't do like a blonde or different colors and stuff. But no.
Okay, and then Kyla asked, how often do you recommend new wigs?
Every time you just want to look different, I feel like. But if you want to have if you have a set wig that you wear constantly, I think taking it off frequently and putting it up and you know what I'm saying, combing it from the bottom up, that kind of helps the wig last longer. But I have a lot of people who buy a wig and then like a couple of weeks later they want a different style to where they're getting another wig. So, but I kind of recommend like every time it's kind of ready for a different sewing, like a month and a half, every 2 months you want to look different or you want a new wig. Just But Kyla's like me. She like that one style, middle part, long, blunt cut. I mean, not blunt. I'm sorry. It just be middle part and long, jet black is what I was trying to say. So, you know what I'm saying? I think when you want to do one of those, wait till that one just get real old, like real old.
How can people stay connected with you? How can people book you or reach out to you? What's your way of staying in touch?
So now I have a text number. A hair number. At first, I didn't have one because I used to have 2 phones and I lose everything. So I lost that phone or my real phone too many times. So I just felt that it was best to keep one phone. But now I have a Google text app number to where everything comes in on this phone and I can handle all the business through this phone. And then I have Instagram. You can actually message me on the booking app. So if you're trying to book, you can just go in and write a note and it'll get to me in my email. And I have my emails up there. And I also have a Facebook page. So everything is Laid by Lay 19. And it's LaydBylay 19.
And then we got a question saying, do you do consultations?
Yes, I do. So pretty much anytime before 4 p.m., you can just come in the salon. And we definitely can get something going. Or if you want to contact me to meet privately, you know what I'm saying, we can do that also.
Is there a way that you can do it now during quarantine, like since you can't come in the
We can definitely get the FaceTimes going. You know what I'm saying? We can get the
See how big the
FaceTime.
head is.
Yeah, see how big you know what I'm saying? Pretty much, we can get the FaceTimes going because I ain't gonna lie, I've been terrified. I've been in my apartment for a couple of weeks, just quarantining alone because I'm terrified of this virus. Like I was reading a story on a barber. He took a house call, and within a week he was dead, due to the virus. And it was just like, well, yeah,
Yeah, don't
can't do it.
don't
Can't do
be
it.
unsafe.
I can't have the Rona. I can't do it.
And then I always end these lives by asking you, to shout out anybody who's being great in your circle, like people that you know personally who are around you that are just like pushing you. It could be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. Who's like your core group of people that you want to shout out who are being great right now? And I know Kaylin's on here too. Kaylin, he shouted you out right at the beginning, girl.
Okay. What's up, Kay? So Kay is actually somebody I really love. She's definitely very strong. She's a very strong, powerful professional. So I definitely love getting advice from her, and you know what I'm saying, learning how to pivot through things. Because she taught me, you know what I'm saying, all of my things. Mariah, your ship. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to her. She definitely she helped me in a lot of ways that a lot of people would never understand. You know what I'm saying? So she's a great counselor. You know what I'm saying? She helped me get through a lot of things that I sometimes don't understand. My sister Jakari and Jiraiya. You know what I'm saying? That they both are very inspirational. They come and get me right together when I need it. Key is definitely really, really a big influence. You know what I'm saying? Seeing her start at the start, you know what I'm saying, and still being with her now, like I'm learning a whole lot from her. Fireman, he was just on here. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely is really good in the business. With linking with a lot of people, he's plugged. So I try to, you know what I'm saying, get my way through there. Who else? Who else? And my bros, like, you know what I'm saying? They definitely support me in everything I do and bring all their little female friends to me. So I like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
And then one actually last question I forgot to ask you earlier. Are there any programs or like opportunities that you went through that you think other people should probably look into that helped you in your career? Like any websites, any schools, any
So yes, pretty much your favorite hairstylists, most of them are always doing webinars or classes, and it's really good to kind of get registered for those. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the things that's going to help you get better in your craft. You know what I'm saying? As far as websites, I would pretty much say, yeah, that's them. They kind of get you where you need. They kind of get you. They kind of get you at that point where, you know what I'm saying. You can see the level of growth because they walk you step by step. You know what I'm saying, through everything that you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying, and within that style. So I definitely do recommend them following their top hairstylists and just getting all the advice from them that they can.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Lay, for coming on live, talking about your story, answering everyone's questions. Feel free. I pinned his Instagram handle at the bottom of this. He told me a
Yes,
quote
yes.
too. You want to
And
go
my
say your
favorite
quote?
quote. Yes, my favorite quote is, "The Lord only give us what we can handle, even if we don't believe it ourselves." And I stand by that. My grandma actually taught me that. Pretty much, I was going through a really, really tough time. My twin was diagnosed with a mental disorder. You know what I'm saying? To where he definitely broke down, and he was a different person. He's kind of recovering, and I couldn't handle that. I was actually really down. I was almost out of it. Also, my grandmother helped me back with that quote, and every day I live by that. It kind of helped me bring back to life where I can make it through anything. You know what I'm saying? And every day is just a challenge. And once the day is over with and you survive, you can wake up the next day. You handled that. You know what I'm saying? You got that. You got that going. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And he gave it
So
to us
that's
right on Good Friday too.
yeah, exactly. Right on Good Friday. So I definitely encourage you guys to live by that quote, you know what I'm saying, to say that quote every day, it'll definitely help you through a lot of trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying? The Lord only give us what we can handle, even if we don't believe it ourselves.
I got to add that to my daily affirmations now.
Yes, yes, yes. Please do.
But thank you, Lay, so much. I'm going to save this live, and then it'll be posted on IGTV and YouTube after this to reference. If you want it, let me know, and I can just shoot it to you through Google Drive, too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a good experience. You know what I'm saying? Follow me, everybody, and get these appointments out.
Yes.
Oh, in these wigs in quarantine, because we all bored.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Lay.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.